Okay, good afternoon. How are you guys? I hope you are doing okay and you are safe at this moment. Okay, so before we proceed to our main topic, let me share to you a song from Nescafe, from the commercial of Nescafe.
Babangon tayo, susulong tayo. Bawat araw na ito,
Pwede
may
niyong
tapat na
sabayan.
di susuko. Ano man ang iyong harapin, walang di kakayanin. Babangon tayo, susulong tayo. Buhay natin ay di biro. Ang pag-angat, isang puso. Dahil bawat bangon natin, nasa sa din ito. Babangon tayo, susulong tayo. Ano man ba itong dinaranas mo? May ngiting sasalubong sa iyo. Babangon tayo, susulong tayo.
Okay, so from the song, babangon tayo, susulong tayo. So despite of the pandemic, so yung mga experiences natin na mahirap na tayo ay malagay sa sitwasyon na to na hindi natin inaasahan. Dahil maraming concerns. Okay? Dahil tayo ay nasa bahay, so lumalabas at naririnig, na-experience natin yung mga bagay na dati ay hindi naman natin na nararanasan or nakikita. Okay? Yung mga concerns ng ating mga magulang, ng ating mga kapatid, ng kamag-anak. And aside from that, meron tayong concern sa ating online class. Okay? You need to attend sa mga synchronous natin. Okay? At isa dyan yung data connection or data internet connection natin na kailangan nating makapag-load para maka-attend tayo. Okay? So, marami. So, sabi nga sa kanta, kailangan natin bumangon at sumulong para sa ating ikabubuti at para sa ating future. Okay? I hope nakatulong itong simpleng message na to, okay, para gumaan ang inyong pakiramdam. Okay? At I'm always here to guide you, to assist you, yung kung meron kayong mga concerns na kailangan. Kung kailangan niyo ng kausap, i-call niyo lang ako or message niyo ako. Okay? Okay? So let's proceed to our main topic, which is our third topic. Okay? So let me share to you my PowerPoint presentation. Okay, here. So congratulations dahil kayo ay nasa third packet na. Okay? So kaway-kaway dyan sa mga hindi pa nakakapagpasa ng second topic. Yung mga activities natin, even though na wala pong deadline, but still you are encouraged to be mindful all the time. Dahil pag hindi po ninyo nagawa, of course, matatambakan po kayo ng mga activities. Hindi lang po ako ang inyong subject, may mga iba pa po kayong mga subject or activities. Okay? So, now, so let me share to you as an introduction of this topic. Okay? Sabi nga dito, yeah. So collaboration in a style of work that can make a decision, and mutual support contribute to entire community. So when you collaborate, Kahit na anong group yan. Even the group is sa ating klase. So, andyan yung decision making. Okay? Now, which is, you need to contribute. Meron tayong mutual support. Okay? Para makapag-decide tayo to achieve our main goal. So aside from that, collaboration is a more formal and long-term arrangement than networking, cooperation, and coordination. It extends to which people share resources. Okay? Kaya ka nakipag-collaborate or when you ask for collaboration, you need to share your resources. Okay? From the materials, from the finances. Okay. And aside from that, use your power and authority to achieve goals that cannot be achieved independently. So that is true. So when you work alone, okay, mahirap. So hindi mo kayang maabot yung or ma-achieve yung goal mo kasi nag-iisa ka lang. Okay? Sabi nga, no man is an island. So, when you work together, so mabilis natin ma-achieve yung ating goal. In the article of Rudo at Chacaso, at Chacoso, rather, Perez 2000, explain collaboration as bringing a separate individuals or organization into a new relationship with a joint commitment to a common goal. When you collaborate, andoon yung commitment. Kailangan mo mag-participate and kailangan mo makipag-cooperate. Okay? Hindi lang yung nag-join ka sa isang grupo na without cooperation. Part ako ng grupo na to, ng organization na ito. Okay, that's all. So you are proud na part ka nun. Pero what is your contribution? Nasaan yung commitment mo doon? Okay, so bilang member ng isang group or organization, you need to collaborate. Okay. Okay. In this chapter, you will encounter how collaboration with families is important. Okay, so the objective of this topic is to explain how to strengthen the framework of caring and trust between school and the home. Okay, so ano ba ang caring na binibigay ng isang teacher and the trust? Okay, the trust of the family to the school. Another one is to identify opportunities to build bridges and understand family perspective. Okay. So now, before I proceed to the main topic, let us have a review first. Okay. So this framework demonstrates the overlapping sphere of influence by Joyce Epstein. Okay, remember the course bucket 02, which is andoon yung model or framework or theories na influence of the family, school, and community. So, the the packet or the topic under 02 focus on the overlapping sphere of influence by Joyce Epstein rather. So sinasabi dito na sinasabi sa ating module 02. Okay. So let me share to you paano ba balikan lang natin yung topic kasi importante to dito sa ating module. Okay? Kailangan maintindihan natin kung ano ba ang theory ni Epstein. Okay? Maraming theory actually, pero bukod tangi doon sa partnership ng tatlong component na to, the school, community, and the school, or the family. Okay? Okay? Ayan. So si Epstein developed her theory of overlapping sphere of influence. Okay, positing that students learn more when parents, educators, and others in the community work together to guide and support student learning and development. Itong tatlong to ay meron kanya-kanyang trabaho or influence doon sa development ng isang estudyante, okay? Ng isang bata. Okay? And they work together, okay, to help the student develop her potential and abilities. Okay? Under this model, there are two structures. Okay? So if you remember, the external and the internal structure. Okay? Sinasabi dyan na ang external model, okay, this recognizes the three major contexts in which students learn and grow: the family, the school, and the community. So they may be drawn together or pushed apart. In this model, there are some practices that school, families, and communities conduct separately. Iba ang binibigay ng school to develop the child. Iba din ang family to mold the child. Iba din ang contribution ng community to develop the potential of the child. So they work separately. That is the external model. While in the internal model, there are two levels here. Okay? Sabi nila dito sa internal model, so the sphere of influence shows where and how complex and essential interpersonal relationship and pattern of influence, okay, occur between individual at home, school, and community. This social relationship may be enacted and studied at, okay, dun sa institutional level. For example, when a school invites all the families to an event and send the same communication to all the families, okay, that is the institutional level. Ibig sabihin, when the school invites those families, okay, they see each other in one event. And for the individual level, when a parent and a teacher meet in a conference, kung sa institutional, kabuuan, lahat nandoon sa isang event. Pero dito, between the teacher and the parent, okay, by using of phone calls, okay, or interaction, okay, face-to-face interaction, okay, sa pamamagitan ng meetings, conference, ayan yung individual level. So the connection between school or parents and the community groups, agencies, and services can also be represented and studied within the model. Okay. And aside from that, the model of school and family and community partnership locates the student at the center. Okay, pinaka-center po ang student or the child. Okay, for them, that the main actors in their education, development, and success in school. Okay, that is the explanation of the overlapping sphere of influence. Okay, so let me go back to our. Okay, so don't forget the theory or the framework. Okay, sa duration, so you will be given 3 hours to accomplish the assessment, the tasks, or the activities given to you. 3 hours lang. So that is 1 hour is yesterday kasi I sent already. I already sent the module. So I know nakapagbasa na kayo. Hey, I assume actually kung nabasa na ninyo yung packet 03. Okay. And today is the remaining 1 hour and 30 minutes. Okay, this is synchronous. Okay, so under the course packet 03, so may makikita kayong article. Okay, under the article, meron tayong makikita doon na video. And you need to watch the video. Okay, and learn from that video. Because It explains about the relationship with families. Okay, so I will leave that article and the video to you. Then just click the link, okay, and then mapupunta na kayo doon sa mismong article and the video. Okay, so there are two activities here. The first activity is you need to write 10 good qualities that ECE teacher must have in order to build good relationship with families. Ano ba yung mga magagandang katangian para makapag-build tayo ng relationship with families? As a teacher, ikaw ba ay meron kang, ikaw ba ay masayahin? Ikaw ba ay friendly? Okay, yun yung mga ibang pwedeng equalities na, na dapat meron ang isang ECE teacher. Okay. Okay. So, the involvement of parents can be a powerful influence on the child's educational success. That's true. Okay. Kaya tayo nandito dahil nakalagpas tayo sa elementary, sa high school, sa tulong ng ating guardian or caregivers, which is, or ito yung mga magulang natin, mga kamag-anak natin na nagpalaki sa atin. Okay. So, such as, it is regarded as best practice in early childhood instruction. Okay. So, ini-encourage natin ang parents to participate in the development of our students. Hindi lang tayo nag-iisa na humuhubog doon sa paglaki or doon sa academic ng bata or sa performance ng bata, kundi katulong natin dito yung guardian, yung families ng mga estudyante. Okay? In addition to helping them to understand the importance of maintaining their home relationship, okay, teachers must or should collaborate with families for some important reasons. There are reasons behind this collaboration. So we will explain that by this one. Okay? So why it is important for you to build relationship with families? Bakit nga ba napaka-importante? Okay? Doon sa pag-build natin ng potential ng ating mga student. The first one there is, okay, families and educator each have unique knowledge about the child. Hindi lang po ang isang teacher ang merong knowledge or information about the child. Okay? Meron din pong contribution ng ating mga magulang. Sabi nga, a parent or caregivers can share information with educators, okay, about how child feels, thinks, and learn outside of the formal learning environment. Ibig sabihin, pag nasa bahay na sila, anong klase silang anak? Anong nasa isip nila? Ano ang kanilang behavior? May natutunan ba sila? Okay. So as an educator also, can offer insight, okay, aside from the information coming from the parents. So you as an educator, you must give an insight or information about the child learns or how the child behave in a group situation. Okay, paano ba ang batang ito during the group activity? Paano siya mag-participate? Paano ang kanyang behavior? Ano ang kanyang behavior during recess? During the discussion? Yun yung kailangan nating ibigay na information to the parents. And aside from that, strong relationships. Sa strong relationship, it strengthens the children's emotional health. They show children they can trust the adult in their lives because of the trust of the adults. Okay. Pag nakita ng bata na nag-uusap kayo, ibig sabihin, magandang relationship ninyo. At makikita niya, I can share my feelings or thoughts to my teacher, to my parents. Okay. So nakikita niya, meron dun din yung good relationship. Okay? And another one is children's academic growth. Okay? It is for children's academic growth benefits from instructional coherence when the learning in the program is supported by the learning at home and vice versa. Hindi lang ikaw bilang isang teacher, okay, tinutulungan mo ang parents. Even the parents can help you para doon ano ang pwedeng maitulong or maibigay na information sa teacher para alam niya paano turuan itong batang to. Anong strategy ang gagamitin niya? Siya ba ay, dahil itong batang to tahimik sa bahay at sa school tahimik din, ano ang gagawin ni teacher? So ito yung mga inang question na pwede natin pag-isipan. Pag ang bata aggressive sa bahay, anong strategy ang pwede natin ibigay pag nasa school na siya? Pag ang bata antisocial, or ibig sabihin, hindi siya sociable. So, anong gagawin natin strategy? Okay. So, aside from that, create positive relationship. So here, respectful relationships between educators and families provide children with models for how to create positive relationship with others. Okay? The positive relationship there is the respect. Okay? When you show respect, of course, you will earn respect also. Okay? So there are 4 tips to build a bridge between parents and teachers. Ano itong mga to? Okay? But before that, according to Loera, sinasabi niya, effective communication is the key to make any relationship successful. And in 2012, Harvard Graduate School of Education conducted a research regarding the effect of frequent teacher-family communication in relation to student engagement. Sinasabi dyan na the result is increased chance of students to finish their homework, okay, at 40%, while 25% decrease in the number of times of teachers had to redirect students' attention to the task, and 25% increase class participation rates. So malaking tulong ang communication ng isang teacher and the parents. So based on the research, there are 4 tips. And these are, okay, the first one there is to change the way, change the way you engage families. Okay? For you to connect with parents, okay, we used to send, ilan sa mga ginagamit ng mga teachers to connect with the parents is yung pagsasend ng invitation or letters or flyers. Okay? So noon, dahil wala namang social media, wala namang internet, so nagbibigay talaga sila ng invitation through mail. Pero ngayon, dahil madalas natin ginagamit ang social media, pag nag-post tayo sa group chat, so makikita na nila. Okay. So today, the method in which engage with families was changed. It has changed substantially. Family engage, okay, in our program that meet 3 times a year. Okay? So sa ilang program, lalo na sa government, minsan-minsan talaga, nag-i-invite sila ng mga families. Okay? So, 3 times. Pero sa iba, sa private, usually maraming beses. Okay? Yun yung isang strategy para makuha natin or mahipag-collaborate ang parents sa mga programs or activities natin. Okay? Another one is work to bridge the language. Okay, ito. Madalas din to, may mga families tayo na hindi, dahil pinasok natin ang student natin or anak natin sa school, okay, na ang communication na English, and then darating tong parents, syempre English, ba? English spoken dollar. At karamihan sa mga classmate niya, mga English speaking, even the parents. You as a parent, dahil um, gusto mo talagang makapag-aral ang anak mo sa magandang school, kinakaya mo. Pero malaking factor ang communication, the language. So for as a teacher, so so bridge, okay? Putulin mo or um, tanggalin mo yung gap, okay? Yung barrier pagdating sa language. So, kung siya ay nagsasalita ng Pilipino, so you speak in Filipino also. Okay? Para naiintindihan ng parents. Even in the meetings. So, mostly naman sa mga parents ay Filipino ang language, so speak in Filipino para naiintindihan ng mga ibang families. Okay, the next one here is create one place for two-way communication. So, one important aspect, sabi nga kanina, ng isang research. So, there are few, okay, ito ginagamit natin, yung mga phone calls, asking, reschedule of the meeting. Okay? So, may mga, pag nag-set ka ng meeting, minsan ang mga parents, ma, may emergency po ako, hindi ako makakapunta. Okay? Yung isa naman, ma, may sakit po yung anak ko, hindi ako makakapunta. Ang daming mga, may mga reason, valid reason naman. Pero dahil kagustuhan nating ma-meet ang mga parents, so gumawa tayo ng paraan. Pero dahil sa kanilang reasons, hindi natin ma-meet. Okay? So sometimes we need to reschedule. So, or pwede natin gawin, we need to post the information to our website, to our YouTube channel, or sa ating FB page, sa Messenger, para lahat makikita yung information. Okay? Na kahit hindi sila naka-attend or hindi ma-push through ang ating meeting or the conference, still alam nila yung information. Okay? Pagdating doon sa education ng kanilang anak. Okay, the next one here is maintain regular face-to-face time. Okay? Wag lang yung isang beses during orientation, doon lang natin na-meet ang mga parents. Okay? So, we need to think another mode or platform para ma-meet ang ating mga or continuous ang ating communication. Aswerte tayo dahil meron ng FB, meron ng Messenger, at doon natin nakakausap yung mga parents. Dati, kailangan magbahay-bahay muna tayo. Okay? Kailangan magpadala tayo ng letter. Or dun sa notebook ng bata, may doon, may assignment na invitation to parents. Okay? So, ngayon, mabilis na lang. Isang send mo lang sa messenger, alam na ng mga parents. Okay? So, those are the tips for us to build, okay, relationship with the parents and teacher. Okay, here. So according to the resources of early learning, child's social, emotional, cognitive, and academic development is strengthened when educators and families work together. When a child sees a positive relationship developing between educators and family, and child recognizes the important people in his or her life are working together and can trust each other. So, pag nakita niyo yung nag-uusap, ang parents and teacher, so, komportable siya. So, they are good in relation. They are good in relationship. Okay? To foster family involvement, interaction between educators and family should be positive. Okay? Andoon ang purposeful, reciprocal. Kailangan vice versa. Okay? You share as a teacher, and as a parents, you also share. And consistent. Meron tayong follow-up, meron tayong communication regularly. Okay. So here are the things, okay, under the communication, sinasabi dyan na communicate with families often. Kaya kanina, you need to communicate with the parents regularly. Okay? As part of the collaboration, okay, kailangan mong pag meron ka, when you communicate with family, so you need to give information about the accomplishment, the problems, you acknowledge and recognize the problems, and also you need to provide solution for the problems, okay, regarding the child. Aside from that, communicate the positive and negative. Hindi lang puro negative, yung mga bad behavior. Okay? You need also a positive comment or feedback, okay, regarding the development of the child. Okay? So, another, foster two-way communication. It is important for the educator to hear from the parents or caregiver that the child or what is the child is doing at home. Kailangan magsabi din ang parents or as a teacher, you need to ask the parents, kamusta si Kevin or si Carl at home? Okay? Nagawa po ba niya yung pinapagawa ko or yung assignment? Okay. So, yung mga ganong bagay, hindi lang ikaw bilang isang teacher, ikaw na lahat. Okay? Ikaw na yung superwoman. Pati sa hindi mo gagawin yung hindi ka magtatanong. Kasi may mga parents talaga na hindi magsasabi unless you ask. Okay? So, another one, use of multiple modes of communication. Okay? Diba, remember, I think na you learn from this information from other subject na gumagamit kayo ng notes. Okay? You put all the observable behavior of the students. Doon nilalagay, nagno-note kayo doon na si ganito ay merong undesirable behavior at during the time of, okay, in this situation that, okay, yung mga ganong statement. Okay? And then, aside from the journal, a daily journal regarding the student's behavior or the emotion or mental. So, meron din tayong tinatawag na Bulletin of Information or Parents Information Board na yung parents pwedeng mag-post doon ng information about his children or his child or her child, and even you can have this kind of communication. Or meron din tayong mag-send ka ng email sa parents or text messages. Okay? Or gumawa ka ng FB page. Okay? Yun yung mga possible or mode of communication. Okay? Another one is to understand its family's expectation and views about their involvement. So here, what parents and caregivers view as family engagement may differ from family to the family. So, wag mo expect na itong parents na to dahil nagbigay siya ng contribution sa inyong program or nag-share siya ng materials sa inyong program, itong parents din na to ay magbibigay. Okay? So, don't expect. Hindi sila pare-parehas. They are different to each other. Of course, the status of these parents is different from the status of this family. Okay? So, wag po kayong mag-expect. And of course, your views about their involvement. Yung isang parent, active niya, okay, sa mga programs. Yung isang parent ay medyo dahil siya ay nag-work, hindi siya madalas nakaka-attend ng program. Okay, don't expect too much. Okay, huwag po kayong magtatampo sa mga parents na hindi pala attend ng program. Pero as much as possible, you need to encourage them kasi malaking tulong po yung participation nila or collaboration nila doon sa development ng isang bata. Okay? The last one there is approach the relationship with respect. Here, sabi dito, treat the educator and family relationship the way you treat any important relationship in your life. Okay? O diba? Sa isang relasyon, sa boyfriend, girlfriend, andun ang respect. Pag nawala ang respect, what will happen? So probably, maghihiwalay yan. Hindi magkakasundo yan pag walang respeto. Okay? So, mahirap masaktan pagdating sa ganung bagay, di ba? So, as much as possible, you encourage your relationship to respect each other. So, may hugot ako doon. So, never mind. Wag niyo nang pansinin yun. Okay, next one. Okay, so sa enhancement activity, you are tasked to conduct an interview. So, as much as possible, preschool teacher. Kasi, yun naman, dun kayo papunta eh. Okay? So, I'm directing you to this field na magiging preschool teacher kayo. Okay? But, so, I also allow na pwede kayo mag-interview ng grade 1, 2, and 3 teacher. Kasi pwede naman kayo magturo sa mga ganung level. Okay? So, your question will be is how they build positive and collaborative relationship with families. Okay? A narrative form lang. Okay? To generalize everything, so positive parent-teacher relationship starts with, okay, big word, a strong relationship. Okay? Okay, for the application of this course package 03, so in order to build the bridge, think about an activity that can foster a strong relationship with family and teacher. Okay. So, gawa kayo ng title of the activity and then anong procedure or anong method. Okay. Paano siya tatakbo. Okay. That is the application of this topic. So, thank you for listening. I hope you enjoy and I hope you learn something about the collaborating with families. Okay. So, see you next meeting. Have a nice day. Goodbye.